Hi, I'm Loli, and I'm so glad you are here. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 fun and easy Easter wreath DIYs. Make sure to subscribe, comment, share, and like. And here we go with the first inspiration. We will be using one of these wreath forms from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove that tag, and we are going to take some of this yarn that I got from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to tie it on to the wreath, making sure to put it on all of the pieces you see right there. Distance it fray a little bit, so I did a double knot, and then I cut off that excess yarn, and I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue onto it to keep everything in place. Once it was nicely secured, I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to wrap it around, making sure that my strands are very close together, so I'm completely covering each piece of the wire. This is what it was looking like so far. Here at the end, I'm making sure to put them as tight as possible so nothing moves. And then I'm going to just cut off that excess piece, and I'm going to tuck it under one of the other pieces of yarn a few times, and then tuck it down with a little bit of hot glue. And now it's time to get this wreath all together. I'm going to apply this beautiful sign that I got from Dollar Tree, and we are going to remove that tag on the back and make sure that that ribbon at the top is overlapping underneath the bunny. And then using some hot glue, we are going to attach that NDF board sign from Dollar Tree to the wreath form. It is looking cute already, but I'm not done. I am going to take some of this floral from Dollar Tree. I love this, guys. I'm looking for it like crazy. This was my last pick of it, so I'll be in search of it. So I'm going to just remove some of the sticks as you see right there. I'm dividing it into 3 different pieces and putting the ferns in between. I'm just playing with the flowers with this positioning until I'm happy with the result. And I did the same exact thing with the other side. And I did add some hot glue to the back there, where I did it off camera. My daughter was telling me that the eyes were looking like a demon, so I'm like, yes, we cannot do that. We cannot have that. This is a Christian household. So I took some of this paint in the back of one of my paint brushes, and I did 2 dots on the eyes. And this is how it turned out. My friends, this video is part of a collaboration that is hosted monthly by Aurea from DIY with Aurea, and myself, Loli, from Loli's Creations. And this month we have our guest host, Miguelitos DIY and CJ DIYs. The link to our channels and to the playlist will be linked in the description box below, and also pinned in the comments. Make sure that you head on over to the channels and to the playlist and show everyone some love. Our next inspiration today, we are going to make a beautiful wreath using these items I found at Dollar Tree. The first thing that I'm going to do is wrap my wreath form using that deco mesh. So I'm going to fold it in half, as you see right there, just so I have better coverage. And I'm going to just loop it over like this, as you see right there. I'm going to take the end because it was pretty frayed, and I folded it a few times, and then I'm going to hot glue them together. Here, be very careful because the hot glue goes through the deco mesh and you want to burn yourself, so use some finger protectors. Once that was nicely secured, I'm going to start wrapping my deco mesh, making sure that it stays folded in half as I go along. And I'm just going to wrap it around the entire wreath form, and also make sure that it's overlapping a bit so we have a nice coverage of the wire. The deco mesh from Dollar Tree tends to fray a lot, so I'm just trimming off all those little strings of mesh that keep piling up. So here I'm just making sure that everything is nicely folded and even, and I'm going to keep wrapping that along the entire mesh. Just be very careful that the mesh don't interlock with each other, because that's when a lot of the fraying also happens. And I did this until I covered the entire wreath form. After one roll, I had this much left to do. So here I'm just going to cut off that excess, bunch the deco mesh back together, and add a generous amount of hot glue there in the back and hold it in place until it's set. Here I'm using my scissors because, again, guys, this is very hot. Then I'm taking a new roll of Dollar Tree mesh, and I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to start up by gluing the end of it on that area where I ended the other one. Here, as you see, I'm folding the edges just to make sure that I have a nice seam in between and more, adhesion. And I'm just holding it in place with my scissors in there until it's set. And we're going to do the same thing. And when you position the deco mesh, make sure that you have the frayed end on the same side that you had the other one. So that way, as you're rolling, you are hiding the frayed edges, and this keeps your wreath from unraveling and becoming all, fuzzy and things. So here, as I'm nearing to the end, I'm going to keep wrapping until I can no longer see any of that wire. And then once I got to the very last revolution of the deco mesh here, I'm going to fold my deco mesh with both ends in to make sure that the fray edge is inside and not, peeking out. So I tucked it under, wrapped it around as you see there, and then we're going to glue it down to the back of the wreath form. Again, folding those edges and being very careful not to burn yourself. Now we're going to take that beautiful sign from Dollar Tree. I'm going to remove this hanger and I'm going to save it for another project because it's so cute. I love the beads. All right, so once that was off, we're going to take some hot glue and add it underneath of that NDF board. A nice generous amount of hot glue, and then we're going to place this down nice and neat, making sure that everything is even and centered. And the funnest part is the embellish. So I'm going to take some of this boxwood that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just splitting it in half, and I'm going to just cut off the individual little pieces as you see there. And I'm going to try to figure out exactly how I want this. I want to make sure that my welcome word is not covered. So I'm here, I'm just curving the pieces of the peaks, the little branches here to make sure that that doesn't happen. And I want to make sure that I know exactly how I want them positioned before I start gluing anything down. So once I'm happy with that positioning, then I'm coming in with some hot glue and adding it on there. Then I'm going to wait for that to sit and set. And then we are going to move over to adding a beautiful bow. But we got to make it first. To do that, I'm going to use these two beautiful ribbons that I got from Dollar Tree. So here I'm measuring exactly how much I will need. I'm folding my ribbon because I'm trying to do a double loop bow. So I'm folding my ribbon here to make sure that I have enough to do that. And I'm putting them together because I think it's just easier since this is what I'm going to use them like. I'm going to take some hot glue and we're going to start gluing that smaller ribbon on top in the middle of the thicker ribbon. And we're going to do that until we do the entire length of the ribbons. And this is what it was looking like so far. If you do this, guys, use a silicone mat underneath of your project. So here I'm just looping my ribbon a few times around, as you see there, like doing like a crisscross looping. And I'm going to make sure that the ends are towards the center because I'm going to be tying this at the center. I don't want anything coming apart. So here I was just having the biggest fight with the ribbon because it kept up and up. But here, there you go. Finally, I got it done. I'm going to take a piece of jute cord and tie it at the center to keep it all in place. Then we're going to go ahead and fluff up the bow, making sure that everything is nice and even. Once I'm happy with the placement, I'm going to go ahead and cut off that excess jute. And we are going to embellish this a little bit further. But first, we are going to take a piece of that middle ribbon and use it to cover up that jute cord. It just makes this look a lot more finished and professional. Then I just fluffed off my bow and we're going to go ahead and glue it down using some hot glue. And I thought that will be it, but you're not ready. I'm not done yet. I decided that I wanted a little bit more. So first of all, I wanted my hanger to match my bow. So instead of using the back of this as just a regular hanger, I'm going to go ahead instead and create a hanger using the ribbon. I got this pink ribbon from Dollar Tree, as I said before, and I folded it in half long ways just to give it a little bit of a thinner look and more stability. And once I knew exactly how much I needed, I'm going to cut it there, loop it in that position as you see right there. It just makes it easier to use one of those hangers for wreaths this way. So I'm just adding hot glue onto both pieces there. I'm going to hold them in place till they're both dry. And then I'm going to come in with another piece of that ribbon just to secure it on top of it and make sure that this stays in place. Guys, safety first, use your finger protectors. All right, so once that was done, I'm still not done. I said, you know what, I need a little bit more. So, all right, no. Let's add some of these flowers from Dollar Tree as well. So I got these last spring, I believe, and I used them all up, guys. I love these, it looks so natural. So I love how this purple and this pink played together with the colors that were in the sign. But I was one piece of pink short. So, you know what I say, you know what, I love the way it is. I'm not going to compromise. So I added it on there, what I had. I am praying that I get more of the pink this spring and I can put another piece on the other side. But for now, this is fine. I love how it's looking. Let me know what you think about it. And if there's something different, you will do. But I love the way this one turned out. But let me know what you think. I want to take a quick moment to say thank you to my subscribers for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing. All these things help me tremendously. They help my channel grow, and I appreciate you very much for them. And if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe and join the Loli Creations family. It is free and it means the world to me. Okay, for the next inspiration for today, we're going to be using one of these wreath forms from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap it using that burlap ribbon that I also got from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to create a little loop there and attach this piece onto the same fabric using some hot glue. Once that glue set, you're going to start wrapping this burlap fabric around the entire wreath form. One roll wasn't sufficient, so once I got to the end of the first roll here, I'm going to make sure that I end at the back of my wreath form, and I'm going to use hot glue to attach it to the other piece of ribbon that was there before that one. And I'm going to start the new ribbon on where the old ones ended, and I'm going to continue to wrap it until I run out of that. I had a little piece left from another project, I wanted to use it, so here I'm going to actually start with a new one again and wrap it until I have the entire wreath form finished. And I'm going to glue the last piece on the back, as you see right there. Now that it's covered, I'm going to take this sign from Dollar Tree. We're going to remove that hanger, and I'm going to glue it on to the wreath form. I love how these colors play together. So now I'm going to take some of these little bunny butts that I got from Dollar Tree as well. I love these. I'm going to use a combination of the pink ones and the blue ones on this project. I'm placing each one of the bunny butts on different sections of the wreath. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want them to look. Do I want them to come in into the egg like this, or do I want to make them look like they're running around? So first I put them like this. I'm trying to figure out how many I want to add to it and in what direction. So I decided this is how many I wanted to use, and then I decided that I wanted them to be like running behind each other. So I am positioning that all the feet will be going in the same direction as if they were going in circles around the egg. And I'm going to glue them down using some hot glue. Now it's time to create a hanger for this. So I'm going to use the same burlap fabric that I used to wrap the wreath form with, and I'm cutting a section that will be big enough for me to create my hanger. I'm going to wrap it or fold it inward, as you see there, making sure that the edges are in the inside to make it a nice skinny hanger, and it also gives it more stability. Now it's time to add it to the wreath form. So you're going to flip it over, as you see right there. Get your finger protectors ready, because you're going to need them for burlap and hot glue. It is guaranteed that you'll burn yourself if you don't use it. So just here I added a nice amount of hot glue onto the top of my egg, and then I'm just going to hold them in place until that glue sets. Then I took some more hot glue and put it over the hanger pieces and the other one, and I took a piece of burlap and put it on top just to give this even more security. And look how cute it's looking. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to take some of these florals from Dollar Tree and I'm going to cut some pieces. I'm going to cut the pieces that have the flowers only. I'm going to leave the ferns out. I took the pieces of florals and I'm going to just intertwine them in between the bunny butts, kind of looking like if there's a vine growing around the egg. And I'm just making sure to like bend my pieces of flowers so it will contour to the shape of the egg. And I'm using some hot glue to attach it, making sure to keep my fingers holding everything in place until that hot glue completely dries. And I kept doing this, adding the flowers in the same direction, overlapping them a little bit so it looked like one continuous piece. Once I glue this last piece right here, we are all done. Let me know what you think. And let's jump right into the final reveal. Let me know what you think of these. My friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit my friends in the playlist. And here are some suggestions that you are sure to enjoy. And you're more than welcome to binge away with this playlist as well. Thanks again so much for watching. You're amazing. Bye.